The Great Depression forced millions into a new way of life. Factories closed, farms failed, and people lost everything. Out of this hardship, the hobo subculture emerged. Not aimless wanderers, but workers searching for survival. The rails became their lifeline, and every day was a lesson in adaptation. Old skills were useless. New ones, like reading the land and improvising, became essential. A barn became shelter. A tin can became a pot. Survival meant seeing opportunity everywhere. Riding freight trains was dangerous, but it was the only way to chase work across America. Hobos formed a moving community, sharing knowledge about friendly towns, work, and how to avoid the railroad police. They weren't failures, they were survivors, adapting to a broken system. Their story is a testament to human resilience. Survival wasn't about luck or strength, but awareness and creativity under pressure. The hobo's world was a harsh school, but its lessons endure. They learned to observe, adapt, and solve problems on the fly. In their struggle, they found a new kind of intelligence, practical, resourceful, and deeply human. The rails were their university, and survival was the only degree. Their legacy resilience in the face of adversity. A hobo's sharpest tool was observation. Every detail, a garden state, a barking dog, offered clues about a place. They read towns before entering, spotting which homes might offer food or which to avoid. Their awareness extended to nature, knowing which streams were clean, predicting weather by the sky, and foraging safely. The landscape was a living map, and hobos were expert readers. They found safe camps near water towers, away from prying eyes, forming temporary communities called jungles. This skill was survival. Missing a sign could mean danger or a missed meal. Unlike today's digital navigation, hobos relied on direct, constant awareness. They understood that every place held both risk and opportunity. Their lesson: be present, observe deeply, and let the world speak. The hobo's life depended on reading the environment with precision. Awareness was their edge. Hobos mastered the art of turning nothing into something. Discarded wire became a fishing hook, a tin can, a cooking pot or stove. Clothing was endlessly patched, newspapers became insulation or bedding. Every scrap was a resource, not waste. In the jungles, they shared tricks, how to build a shelter from cardboard or make a razor from scrap metal. This ingenuity was communal, not just individual. They were engineers of scarcity, building comfort from society's cast-offs. The lesson resourcefulness thrives in adversity. The hobo's world challenges us to see potential in the discarded. Creativity isn't about abundance, it's about making do. Their wealth was the ability to find solutions where others saw only trash. Hobos survived through connection, a network called the Hobo Telegraph. They used chalk symbols, the hobo code, to warn or guide others. A cat for kindness, arrows for danger, a cross for charity. These signs turned fences and water towers into message boards. In the jungles, news spread fast. Where to find work, which towns to avoid, which railroads were risky. Trust was vital. Bad information could be deadly. Survival wasn't just competition, it was cooperation. They shared food, tools and knowledge, knowing today's helper might need help tomorrow. This informal network was their safety net. The lesson resilience is collective, built on trust and shared wisdom. Even in hardship, community mattered most. The hobo's code was more than symbols. It was solidarity. Getting food was a daily strategy, not luck. Hobos timed their requests, approaching back doors when leftovers were likely. Observation and the hobo code helped them pick generous homes. When handouts failed, they foraged for wild greens, fished, or scavenged bakery scraps. Nothing was random. Every meal was earned through planning and adaptability. In the jungles, they pooled resources for mulligan stew, whatever anyone had went into the pot. Cooking and eating together built community as much as it filled stomachs. Flexibility was key. They switched from asking to foraging to working as needed. Local knowledge, like harvest times or fruit seasons, was crucial. Their survival depended on constant adaptation. The hobo's approach: make a new plan every day and share what you have. Community and flexibility kept them fed. Shelter was about safety, not comfort. Hobos hid from police and weather using barns, culverts, or abandoned buildings. They built shelters from scrap wood, cardboard and tar paper, anything to block wind and rain. Newspapers and rags became insulation. Environmental awareness was crucial. Never camp in a dry riverbed if rain threatened. They used hills and trees as windbreaks and placed fires for warmth without drawing attention. Every night's camp was a calculated risk, balancing concealment and access. The lesson: true security comes from understanding and adapting to your environment. The hobo's shelter was a system, not just a structure. Adaptability and awareness were their ultimate protection.